Hey, good morning. This is Greg with MARTA. You're on the virtual stakeholder meeting for track replacement. We'll get started in just a moment. Okay, we're at 11:03. We're going to go ahead and get started. Once again, this is the virtual stakeholder meeting for MARTA's track replacement phase 4 project. Specifically, we'll be talking about the Buckhead Diamond crossover project coming up in February. Next slide. I'm Greg Jafrida, Director of Communications and Engagement for MARTA Capital Programs, and joined by my colleague Kelly.
Good morning, everyone.
Next slide. Just some housekeeping. We have everyone's microphones muted to avoid background noise. We will be using the Q&A feature in Zoom to take questions. If you scroll down to the bottom center of your screen, you'll see the Q&A icon. Just click there to enter any questions that you have. When we get to the Q&A portion, if you would prefer to ask your question, just use the raise hand function down in the same location, and we will unmute you for the question. If you have any comments or questions that come after the meeting, you can email us at publichearinginfo@itsmarta.com. If you have any customer service related questions, you may email custserv, that's CUSTSERV, @itsmarta.com, or call 404-848-5000. And we should have plenty of time for any quick comments and questions that come up. I'd also like to note that you have the option of turning on closed captioning if you would like to see the text from today's meeting on your screen. That's also in the lower center of your screen. And with that, I will turn it over to Kelly to talk about the track replacement program. Thank you.
Good morning again. My name is Kelly Davis, and I am the Director of the Facilities Program Management for the Capital Programming team. I also serve as one of the project managers for the track replacement phase 4 program. Track replacement phase 4, or TR4 as we call it around here, represents a $225 million investment in MARTA's heavy rail system. Excuse me. And it also includes renovation and repair to nearly all 36 miles of heavy rail line. The TR4 project will enhance the safety, efficiency, and longevity of the system's heavy rail lines. And the projects associated with TR4 will have varying levels of service impacts to MARTA customers and neighboring communities. So when we do that, we like to come to you also, we talk about what we're doing, but we'll get to those impacts shortly. Next slide, please. As you can see, we are underway on a 7-year project that is slated to conclude in 2026. Across those 7 years, we will be performing a significant amount of work across the entire system. We are now approaching year 4 of the project, and we have made major advancements to date, including 190 linear feet of new running rail, 26,000 concrete ties on the main land and the storage yards, 100,000 rail fasteners system-wide, 29 new bumping posts, and 65 turnouts system-wide. Next slide, please. Most of the work that we do does occur during what we call here single tracking. Single tracking helps MARTA maintain the system in a state of good repair. During single tracking, all trains must share one track to allow work to be safely performed on the other track. It minimizes the overall customer impacts and it often occurs during non-peak and weekend hours. Major repairs that involve a crossover cannot be performed under a single tracking repair schedule. Next slide, please. Now we're going to find out a little bit more about the upcoming track replacement efforts with a short video. For those who joined us during our Northland TR4 effort, this will look familiar with similar disruption to service. Go ahead, please.
One of MARTA's visions is taking the customer where they want to go today and tomorrow. And that's what the customers come to expect. If we say we're going to get you to the end of the line at a certain time, we can't afford to have degrading components start to impact your journey time.
We have steel wheels on our train. And when you get that steel wheel making contact with the steel rail, the steel wears out. After so many years, it has to be replaced to maintain that safe and quality ride.
So this is what's called a switch. At these switch points, these are the only places that we are able to move the trains from one track to the other. That's why the maintenance and upkeep of these is critical to the upkeep of our system. We're here at the Buckhead crossover, which is right in the middle of Georgia 400. It's in between Buckhead stations and medical center stations on the red line. When we replace these double crossovers, we are forced to take out both tracks. We can't single track through here. Here we'll have to do a complete shutdown, and we'll be using buses to move our patients from station to station.
We are removing both tracks and the center diamond. Everything down in the gravel, the ballast as we call it, up through the switch steel or the rails that you see. And we're also removing all the cross ties and replacing everything with brand new equipment. We'll be working around the clock to get this job done for you guys. Once we're done with this will greatly improve the ride and safety of our system.
I think this signals a really good time in MARTA's ongoing quest to improve service for the customers. It's a nod to the fact that we're not afraid to invest money in capital improvements, and this is just one of them. We really want to thank our customers for their faith and their belief in us and their patience as we move towards a more reliable system.
Now, in case the video sound was a little bit choppy to you, we are dropping a link for you in the chat to YouTube so you can watch it uninterrupted. All right. So the Buckhead Diamond crossover track replacement begins February 17th at 9 p.m. through end of service on February 22nd. During the scheduled partial system shutdown, crews will work an accelerated schedule to minimize the duration of the impacts. Impacted stations include Medical Center, Buckhead, and Lenox. MARTA will be providing connecting continuous bus shuttles between Medical Center, Buckhead, and Lenox stations. We are asking riders to allow at least 30 minutes extra for their travel. The 5-day rail outage will occur all day Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Crews will work an accelerated schedule to minimize the duration. Single tracking in the affected location will continue periodically until Sunday, February 26th at 5 a.m. Next slide, please. Now, some of the customer service impacts and customer modifications are here. To help accommodate our customers, the customers will be directed to multiple alternatives, including bus shuttles, partner shuttles, rail hailing services, and alternative parking locations. We will have station agents and transit ambassadors in the stations and on site, and signage will be placed at all impacting rail stations to help direct customers to their destinations. We also will have our partners in MARTA Mobility, and they will provide complimentary paratransit service between the impacted stations. Next slide, please. Our customer impacts and service modifications include the bus shuttle service. As mentioned before, we will have a continuous bus shuttle service that will run at no additional cost during the general service hours. An express shuttle will run between Lenox and Medical Center stations, and a local shuttle will serve Buckhead Station. The MARTA Connect, which is our partnership with Uber and Lyft, will provide a $10 rideshare voucher that customers can download to the rideshare app and use twice daily to travel to or from Medical Center, Buckhead, and Lenox stations. MARTA Connect details are available at itsmarta.com/track replacement. This year, we have also partnered with the Buck, which is a service provided by Live with Buckhead. For destinations near Buckhead Station, we asking our patrons to consider the Buck Shuttle, and we please visit buckride.org to see the service area and hours. Next slide, please. For our community impacts, please note the work will be performed 24 hours a day from Friday, February 17th until Sunday, February 26th. Neighboring communities will experience or may experience the following disruptions: noise from train alert horns, noise from rail cutting, noise from heavy equipment, and vehicles moving in and out of the work site, and also bright lights. All right, Greg, I'll pass it back to you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kelly. So I think everyone who has gone through the last couple of years of diamond crossover replacements, first with Cumberland and then Northland, will be pretty familiar with a lot of the tactics that we're using to spread the word with our customers and partners. We are doing this virtual public meeting with our various stakeholders, including major employers, community improvement districts, and elected officials. We're all invited. We're going to start rolling out a lot of signage and canvassing in the stations and on some of our busiest bus routes in the affected area to let folks know. We're going to be doing targeted community social media, as well as other media buys such as TV and radio ads. You'll probably start to see those kind of in the week leading up to the event. We are also going to be distributing a stakeholder toolkit that will provide graphics and content for all of our partners to help us spread the word. So those, you can use those materials when we send them out to include in your employee newsletters, employee websites, bulletin boards, wherever you think would be helpful to make sure that we're spreading the message to your audiences. And if you have any kinds of questions or any requests for additional materials that may be helpful, please let us know. Next slide. We're also coordinating with different internal and external organizations to make sure that all of this information is available to our customers who may have disabilities or limited English proficiency. Our diversity and inclusion team at MARTA is making sure that this project and all of our projects comply with federal Title VI requirements, as well as the Americans with Disabilities Act. All MARTA materials are automatically translated into Spanish. And if you have any other languages that you would like us to translate these materials into, we can do that upon request. So once again, if you have a request for any of this information to be translated into another language besides English or Spanish, you can call us at 404-848-4037. I'd also like to note that we will be posting non-PDF documents so they can be easily translated by software on itsmarta.com/track replacement. Next slide. So just to recap, these are the main reminders for our customers with the Buckhead Diamond Crossover project coming up. MARTA customers traveling between 9 p.m. on Friday, February 17th until the end of service on Wednesday, February 22nd should anticipate adding an additional 30 minutes to their travel time if they are coming through the Red Line area between Lenox and Medical Center Station. We will be offering discounted Uber and Lyft rides through the MARTA Connect program, and we have more details about that and other options at itsmarta.com/track replacement. We're also going to give a little bit more information about the Buck Shuttle, which will be an option for our customers around Buckhead Station. You can follow at MARTA Service on Twitter for real-time updates and announcements. And you do not have to be a member of Twitter in order to see those announcements. You can always just enter at MARTA Service space Twitter on Google, and you can pull up that feed and access that at any time just through a normal browser. So with that, next slide. We are going to get into questions, but before we get into that, we are going to give an opportunity to one of our partners at Livable Buckhead, Miguel Nieves, to tell us some more about the Buck on-demand transportation service.
Thank you. Let me go ahead and share my screen. It says disabled screen sharing, so if you can allow that.
Just a moment, and we'll get that up.
Okay, let me go ahead and share my screen. And let me know if everyone can see the screen.
We can see it. Thanks.
Okay, perfect. So I'll introduce myself. My name is Miguel Nieves. I'm the Mobility Services Program Coordinator at Livable Buckhead. So I kind of want to just go a little bit in depth about our new on-demand shuttle service and how this can be used as an alternative transportation option during this MARTA track replacement project. So our service will just require you to download the Buck app, or you can call a phone number that we provided during this presentation. That's how you'll be able to hail one of the rides on our shuttle service. So to just give some information, we do have a fleet of about 3 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter wagons. One is wheelchair accessible. Our service is door to door. So if you are within the service zone, you can just select the point and it will take you there directly. You can either download the Buck app, which is on the App Store to download, or you can call the number provided. We do not do any sort of cash. You will have to pay with credit card, debit card, or PayPal. All connections from the MARTA stations will be free, and then any other rides within the service zone are $3. So these are our service hours. So we have our morning commute, 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., a lunchtime service, 11:30 to 1:30, and then our afternoon commute, which is 3:30 to 7 p.m., and then with an extension of 8 p.m. So here, and I'll go a little more in depth in the service zone, it does cover pretty much Buckhead Village and Buckhead Core District. So if you have a employer, or business, or restaurant that you need to go to, you can be serviced within that region. We did just recently expand as well into North Buckhead and Buckhead Forest area. So definitely go on our website and our app, and it'll show you exactly where the service zone is. And then there's some popular points. So it does cover the malls, Atlanta History Center, Buckhead Village District, and then both MARTA stations. And then if you need any sort of digital materials or print materials, feel free to reach out to me directly, and I can get that provided to you. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know.
All right, Miguel, thank you very much. We really appreciate that. That will be a great option for any of our customers trying to get around the Buckhead area. Once again, just wanted to emphasize that trips to and from MARTA stations are free, correct?
Correct.
Okay, using the app. So I think that will be a great option for our customers. Of course, you saw that the service hours are limited on the Buck, but MARTA's bus shuttles will be running throughout all of our normal service hours. So now with that, it doesn't look like we have received any additional questions. So I think we are going to wrap this up. If we can go back to the MARTA presentation, please. Just like to run through the contact information that's on the question slide. Yep. Okay, sorry for the delay here. Well, with that, we are going to try to pull up that last slide, but I'd just like to repeat your options. If you have any additional comments or questions about this project, you can email us at publichearinginfo@itsmarta.com. There we go on your screen. Or visit itsmarta.com/track replacement. We have a lot of information on there. Pretty much everything that you saw in this presentation is available on that website, as well as a link to buckride.org, where you can learn more about the Buck on-demand transportation service. You can learn more about the MARTA Connect program that provides vouchers for Uber and Lyft rides to and from the affected stations, as well as some more background about the track replacement phase 4 program at MARTA. If you have any customer service related questions, you can email custserv, that's CUSTSERV @itsmarta.com, or call 404-848-5000. Would also like to repeat that option. If you have a request for any of this information in a language other than English or Spanish, or in any other accessible format, please call us at 404-848-4037. And one more reminder, I'd like to, for our partners who are on the call, we will be sending out a partner toolkit that includes all of the information for you to share with your own audiences. That should be coming out, I think, today or maybe tomorrow this week. And so we will get that information out to you. If you have any questions, just email us or call us, and we'll be happy to get you what you need. So with that, Kelly, I don't know, do you have want to say anything else?
Just want to thank everyone for their time today. After this event, we do welcome any feedback, good or bad. We'd like to know what we did wrong, what we did right, and how we can improve for their impacts to our customers. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you again, Miguel, for joining us. And I hope everyone has a great day. Thanks.
Thank you.